You guys, happy new year. It's 2024 and it's going to be an absolute shit show. I'm sure of it. And I'm going to start off this beautiful year with a controversial topic of body positivity. I have made a couple of videos about obesity in the past and a lot of you seem to hate it and a lot of you seem to love it. So this is just a roll of the dice. So let's see what happens. I did not create this channel to appease to any certain group. I totally expect to offend every single one of you at some point of time. And that, in my opinion, should be okay because you should never, ever just listen to people that you agree with 100% of the time, and I'm your guy. I for one think New Year's resolutions are an absolute fucking joke. If you're going to do something that's going to impact your life positively, you should not wait for a certain day to happen for you to start doing that thing. You should just start right away. I just think if you're going to make that change and you end up waiting to make that change, you are just setting yourself up for failure. So I urge you, if you're trying to change your life, if you're trying to make changes that are going to impact you positively, just do them. Just do them immediately. The body positivity movement, which I've always found to be a very strange movement, because the body positivity movement really only gears in one direction, and that's just being overweight. Because the body positivity movement doesn't advocate for those who take care of themselves, who go to the gym, they eat healthy. The body positivity movement is geared specifically towards overweight women. And if you want proof of that, I challenge you to go to a local retailer. Go to a Macy's, go to a Kohl's, go to any of these major retailers. Go directly to the women's section, and what are you going to find? A bunch of mannequins displaying overweight clothing for women. But I will tell you what you're almost guaranteed not to see if you go to the men's section. I can almost promise you in firsthand experience that you will not see any mannequins of an overweight man in the men's section. You will only see that in the women's section. Very strange and obviously very one-sided. Nobody is advocating for overweight men because men, and not to make this about a sex or a gender thing, but men seem to have to deal with a lot more accountability in the real world. That is a topic I think I should do a video on in the near future. But today we're talking about body positivity. More specifically, an event that's being held in Seattle, Washington between the 5th and the 7th of January 2024. But let's go ahead and pull up this video so we get a little bit more information on what to expect at this event.
I'm going to FatCon in Seattle, Washington, January 5th through 7th, and I want to see you there. FatCon is a 3-day fat liberation celebration, y'all. We will be celebrating fat liberation, body acceptance, and the power of being in fat community. With over 60 hours of programming spanning from policy, legislation, healthcare, community, and visual arts, plus a ton more, this is sure to be something
First off, plus a ton more, probably wouldn't have said that. Probably would not have said that.
Don't want to miss. The vibes are going to be immaculate. With a fat brunch, a fat fashion show, and a fat vendor marketplace, there is so much to do. Plus, there's some really cool experiences you can sign up for, like some fat liberation photo shoots and some incredible shopping experiences with 2 big blondes. Being in fat community with other fat people who just accept you for who you are and get it is such a great experience, and I want every single person watching this to be able to have that experience with us. Ticket sales for the FatCon are going to be ending very soon. You can go to the link in my bio and use code JBAE to save 25% on your tickets. I hope to see each and every one of you at the FatCon in Seattle, Washington, January 5th through 7th.
So I'm wondering right now, would they allow me to attend this FatCon? Or do you think they would skinny shame me for showing up? Would an event like FatCon allow a person who takes care of themselves to attend just to be a part of it, just to experience it? Something weirdly tells me that I would be shamed out of the event. I'm not going to go to Seattle to find out. And it has nothing to do with FatCon. Seattle, you guys need to figure something out because your city is in ruins. I absolutely hate the advocating for people to stay overweight. It makes no health sense at all. It doesn't make any logical sense whatsoever. Being overweight should not be celebrated, nor should you yell at people or treat people differently because they are overweight. If anything, we should be encouraging these people to lose the weight because being overweight leads to diabetes, heart disease, and a myriad of other illnesses. Most people who are severely overweight do not get to live very long. And we need to be broadcasting that because diabetes is no joking disease. And I'm not just referring to diabetes type 1, which is an autoimmune disease. I'm referring to type 2 diabetes that is most likely going to onset if you are severely overweight. Having to combat high blood sugar and other potential medical issues is not just expensive, it's also a huge burden on pretty much everybody in society. Now, I'm not going to go down the entire financial burden of this entire thing, but if you think that hundreds of billions of dollars are being spent by the individual, you would be sadly mistaken. A lot of these things are paid for by Medicaid and Medicare, which are public programs funded by taxpayers. So when these people say they're not hurting anybody, they kind of are financially. When 1 out of every 4 healthcare dollars goes towards diabetes alone, you know we have a problem. Let's take a quick look at the details of this event. Get your tickets today. We've got ticket tiers for everyone. Find your fat joy and join the party. Register now. Join us January 5th through the 7th at the Hyatt at Olive 8 in downtown Seattle. Come enjoy the biggest fat celebration of the year with over 30 plus hours of programming, amazing keynote speakers, a fashion show, and a vendor's hall, all geared towards generating fat joy and informing the fat experience. Is going to be the convention you've always wanted to attend. Now, if that doesn't sound like one of the biggest money grabs you've ever heard of, well, then you'd be insane. And as you guys can see here, we have a tier system on what kind of tickets you can purchase. We have Fat Friend, Plump Patron, Fat Bay, and Fat Royalty. And if you don't think this is a money grab, how about we take a look at the ticket prices for this thing? For Fat Friend, it's $250. For Plump Patron, pay it forward $500. For Fat Bay VIP, it's $600. And just for these day passes here, it's $169. And even worse, just for the brunch and the fashion show, you're looking at $109. And what makes me feel even worse about this whole thing is that everything is no longer available. You cannot buy any of these tickets at all. And another thing, the Fat Royalty package isn't even shown in there at all. So I'm going to assume it's at least $1,000. At least $1,000. But again, do not get it confused. This is nothing but a money grab. These people do not give a crap about your health, do not give a crap about your weight. They just simply want to take advantage of people who are overweight. They want to exploit these people by trying to show them that it's okay to be overweight and unhealthy. And it is not, I assure you. Now let's go ahead and pull up this next video here so I can show you just how unhealthy these influencers are. And unfortunately, I could not find the original of this video, but this is a version of it.
Just because I'm fat, that doesn't invalidate the things that I say.
She died.
You ready to get supersized?
She died too.
Today I've got the big Fruit Loop.
He's dead.
Join me on my Fat Positive radio show.
Which didn't last long because she died.
So let's not ignore the fact that being overweight is just simply not good for you guys. I'm not saying that we need to be shaming anybody or treating anybody terribly, but we cannot allow people to believe that being overweight is okay, because ultimately it will catch up to you and it will be the reason why you end up going early. And that honestly is the last thing I want for you or for anybody. Overweight people should be treated with dignity and respect. Do not get my words twisted. But we should not be hosting conventions advocating that being overweight is okay, because it is not. But of course, I want to know what you guys think in the comments down below. And as always, do not forget to hit the like or the dislike button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you hopefully get notified every time I post a new video. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.